It's impossible to escape from Russia. You see all of these videos that people post up escaping Russia. Yeah, they never get out because to escape is to break free from confinement or control. Can you imagine? These people are terrorized. They can't escape. There's so many content creators out there who are talking about how miserable life is in Russia, how they have to escape every time they go traveling. Well, let me tell you something. I'm an American veteran who was living there for 2 years. There was so many stories about veterans being taken hostage, you know, prisoners and stuff like this. Well, guess what? I managed to escape from Russia after living there for 2 years. And I know my story is not unique because I'm an American and I should be able to leave, right? Well, today you're going to meet a Russian who escaped from Russia.
Hi.
That is right. We have Ksenia back in the channel. Welcome to Mexico, guys. And this video is going to be about how hard it is to escape from Russia. So stay tuned for that.
Hi, I'm happy to be back to the channel, especially in Mexico.
We're going to work our way from here to our apartment so that she can share with you her story and so that you guys can get it out of your heads. You can escape Russia. You can travel if you're Russian. You can leave if you're a foreigner. You can leave if you feel like you're some sort of threat to Russia. Nobody cares about you. Everybody's living their life. Let's go.
I love how much colors there are in Mexico.
So what are some things that you like about Mexico?
I like natural colors, people really nice, and buildings amazing, weather perfect.
Yeah, but these are things that everybody knows already, huh? They say, oh, they come on the first day and then they see how beautiful the weather is. I think that the longer you're here, you will start learning, you know, that the people are nice, the society is really cool. How's the food? Have you tasted the food?
Not so much.
Yes, we haven't really tasted any good food yet because this is only your second day, right?
Yes.
All right, let's keep exploring Guadalajara.
They have Russian matryoshka
Where?
right here.
Oh, look, Ksenia just found a matryoshka. This is actually Russian. Can you grab it so they show it? This isn't Tlaquepaque. ¿Cuánto cuesta esta?
Esa 120.
120? Guys, this is 120. So it's like 500 rubles, which is basically the same price.
Yeah.
But they're in Mexico, which is weird because this is actually Russian. But they're charging Russian prices.
And in different colors.
Yeah. So, Ksenia, have you seen any architecture like this in Russia?
No, never.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, this is what I tell people all the time is these giant courtyards in the middle of Mexican houses. Now, of course, this is the presidential housing, but guys, this was a house before. Now, how happy are you to be here?
I'm very happy. It's different culture, different weather. It's everything so different. It's very good experience. And now it's time to go home and tell you my story how I came from Irkutsk to Mexico.
That's right. She almost forgot how long her journey was. Let's go home, sit down, relax, and talk about escaping from Russia.
Here are some small videos from my trip from Siberia to Mexico.
The first part of the trip started in Slyudanka, where she had to take a minibus to go to Irkutsk. And a lot of you guys already know, this is our hometown, this is where we live. And then once you got to Irkutsk, this is the major city, the capital. You get to see the river Angara. This is the one and only river that comes out of Lake Baikal. It is absolutely beautiful. So after Irkutsk, she had to take a flight to Moscow. And from Moscow, you got to see her board the plane so she can go to Havana, Cuba. And actually, this was the most terrifying flight for me because she would be landing in a country for the first time where she spoke nothing of the native language. The next part of the trip was basically boarding the plane from La Havana and flying to Mexico City. The interesting thing about these clips are that I've never seen Cuba or the Caribbean, so I was really happy to see the different color of the water, and I had never been to Mexico City, so seeing it from the sky in these videos was fascinating. Now I'm gonna share some videos that I took on my way to pick Ksenia up from Mexico City. I am on my way to pick up Ksenia from the capital city of Mexico City. I'm gonna fly from Guadalajara, and you guys are gonna come with me. I've never been to the capital actually. This is gonna be the first time visiting, and Ksenia, as you already know, flew from Moscow to Havana, Cuba, and Havana, Cuba to Mexico City, and that is why I'm going to Mexico City to bring her home here to Guadalajara. Let's go get on this plane. I've arrived to the city. My friend has picked her up and he's gonna bring her to me. We're gonna see where she is. Oh my God. All right guys, we made it. Ksenia flew all the way from Siberia to Moscow, from Moscow to La Habana, Havana to Mexico City, and now I'm here. I picked her up from Guadalajara. She did it. Muchas gracias.
Corte.
And now it's time to fly. We're boarding the plane from the city of Mexico. Ksenia, she made the trip like I said. It's unbelievable. But now it's time to go home. And when I say home, I don't mean Slutanka, unfortunately, right now. I mean Guadalajara. Okay, how do you feel?
I'm very tired. I changed a lot of time zone.
Yeah, so we've moved, she moved back into the past maybe 15 hours? 14 hours. And I want to go into the future, but we're going to be here in Mexico. Now it's time to hear from Ksenia, so she can give you a little bit about what she's thinking about her trip from Siberia to here to Mexico. How nervous were you to fly out of Russia?
Honestly, I'm even not nervous. When I pass border control, I'm not nervous.
Which ways did you fly? Can you tell us what cities you stopped by? How did it go?
First, I fly from Irkutsk to Novosibirsk. After Novosibirsk, I fly to Moscow. And from Moscow, I fly to Cuba. And after this, from Cuba to Mexico.
Which flight was the longest?
From Moscow to Cuba, it was 14 hours flight.
What did it look like when you flew from Irkutsk to Novosibirsk? How did the floor look like? Was it cold?
It was still winter, it was cold. When I fly from Irkutsk, it was like a negative 25 degrees outside.
How was it when you finally got to Cuba?
It was really hot. It was like 26 degrees. It was hot, sunny, and really beautiful.
You know, there's a lot of videos online where people write, I escaped Russia. Oh, I can finally break free. I'm free from Russia. Do you feel like you escaped?
No, because I will come back to my home. I will come back to Russia.
What is the biggest difference do you feel that you moved, that you came all the way to Mexico? Is it like visiting Mongolia, you feel? Like just traveling?
Yeah, something like this. And what I finally can see your homeland.
Yeah, nice. What do you think about people who say they escaped from Russia?
They just don't like his homeland and try live this life. But I don't know if you really need to say what you escape Russia.
When you flew from Moscow to La Havana, what was the border like? How did the Russians treat you when they knew you were going to visit another country?
They don't ask me nothing. Just put stamp and go.
And a lot of people are actually worried, you know, oh, you can't leave Russia, you can't. But you can, right?
You can, because even when we go to Mongolia, it was no problem. And now when I fly, it was no problem either.
We did have a problem. We had a problem with Turkish Airlines during mobilization. They didn't let us fly, right?
Yeah, it was not Russian, it was Turkey.
Yeah, it was the Turkish government, the Turkish Airlines, who denied every single Russian boarding rights to a plane during the mobilization. Of course, they probably allow it now, but How do you feel about that? Do you think that it was unfair?
It was unfair because I don't try like escape. I try go on my vacation with my man, see his homeland, his family, and I spend money for this, and they say no for no reason because all paperwork was fine. They even don't ask no reason, nothing. Just say no because I have Russian passport.
Do you have anything to say to people who want to travel to Russia or Russians who want to travel?
Who won't come to Russia, you can easily come and see this place, but get ready all your paperwork, all your tickets and cash. And who want to leave Russia, like go travel somewhere else, you can go. It's no problem too.
Anybody making videos about escaping Russia in 2024 is just clickbait. You're not escaping from anywhere. Russia will let you fly out of the country if you have the proper visas. Usually the people who are making this type of video are spoiled Russians who have never suffered in their life, because there's actual countries where there's no way you're going to leave. You've already heard how Ksenia did it. Now, we did have problems during the mobilization. This was when the war is in the middle of the war and they mobilized the people, and Turkey took it upon itself not to let any Russians leave unless they paid a big amount of money. Well, look, it wasn't on the Russian side because Russia allowed her to leave. And now that she flew from Moscow to La Havana, there was absolutely no problems. And that's why I want to make it very clear. For all of those people watching videos about people escaping from anywhere, it's usually lies. Why? Because there's no way you're chained up somewhere and unable to leave. You weren't held captive. It also works the other way. I, as an American war veteran, and I always say that and emphasize it because there was so much news before I went to Russia, like, hey, don't go because you're going to be taken prisoner. You're actually going to be held hostage. It's like, come on, man. There's so many people from outside of Russia living inside of Russia now. A lot of Westerners are making their life there. And it's basically this. In Russia, it's the land of common sense. So whatever you do, if you decide to have a big mouth or do something illegal, and they have different rules there. So if you don't follow them, you will get in trouble. And it works the same for the Russian people. As long as the Russian people are not stepping out of line, which many countries have way more stricter laws than Russia, but we never talk about that. But as long as you're a Russian citizen, you can travel freely outside of Russia. Now, these people will just choose crazy thumbnails and expressing themselves with escape, escape, escape. And you've already known this, that this platform kind of, how do you say, you benefit more, right, from doing this type of clickbait stuff. And I wish these people the best. I understand being Russian may be difficult right now, but being a lying Russian, being a liar makes it so much easier. So you should probably stop lying and be a little bit transparent. You're not escaping. You went through the legal process, which is normal for everyone else in the world, and just go on about your life. All right? And so, my friends from Guadalajara, Jalisco, we really appreciate you tuning into this video. We hope to see you on the next one.
Hasta luego.
Bye.
Bye.